coming in, we knew Florida State was so talented inside and out with Imani Wright, in particular on the perimeter, making sure we were keying on her, and then Shakayla Thomas and Shatrice White. I mean, they're just their length, their size, their ability to score inside, but then, you know, their guards. And really the person who stepped up big time and had a career night against us was A.J. Alex, going 7 of 9. That, you know, obviously wasn't expected, but once she hit her first 2, we tried to make the adjustment of keying on her, but, you know, they had so many weapons. But so proud of the effort our players had the entire game. I mean, they just stuck to the game plan, and, you know, offensive rebound and obviously hurt us throughout the course of the game. But you look at, you know, when I looked at the monitor in our coach's room, and you look at 5 senior starters, and we have 3 juniors and 2 sophomores, and we battled with the number 10 team in the country. And the difference was down the stretch, we need to learn how to win these games. Florida State has that experience, and players have been in that situation, and they made plays. You know, we had a couple turnovers, we had a couple missed shots. You know, some of them were in and out had they fallen. Just a disappointing ending to a hard-fought game that our players just really had fun today. You know, we're every night we step out on this floor, we're an underdog. We're playing against ranked teams in this conference, and our players are playing with everything to gain, nothing to lose, and just playing their hearts out. And I'm so proud of them to be able to keep this focus and play with this much energy and effort, and give ourselves a chance. And that's all we ask, is that we give ourselves a chance down the stretch, and we just fell a little short today. So I'm disappointed for our players just because they're not being rewarded for their efforts.
Susie, what do you think the difference was? 4 minutes left, they went on that 8-0 run to kind of separate the game a little bit.
You know, when we had a breakdown defensively, they seemed to capitalize. You know, it's sometimes pick your poison. Shakayla Thomas is so athletic and just so effective when she catches the ball in the high post, and you know, your post players are sometimes hesitant to come up and play her because of the ability she has to get by you. Your guards were afraid to help in because they're leaving a shooter, and they made plays. You know, but I thought she got tired. Some of the shots that I've seen her hit time after time, I thought she was hitting the front of the rim, and you know, our objective was just to make them earn everything they got. But you know, fatigue became a factor, I think, for both teams, but they play a lot more people than we did throughout the course of the game. But, you know, they just made plays. We had a breakdown defensively and gave up a transition layup to Imani Wright. Then they hit a 3. And I just think when we got down, I think you saw a little momentum swing, and you saw our players get a little deflated. And I think that's when, at crunch time, you know, we have to have somebody to have the ball in their hands and be able to make plays down the stretch.
I think that's just also part of, you know, you don't have a senior to kind of lean on, someone with all the kinds of experience, and you're talking about they have 5.
Well, and if you look at us, you know, into the timeout, you know, in my mind, felt like we needed to play through 3 players at that point. You know, Elena's a spot-up shooter, but we wanted the ball in Jasmine's hands, Yassine and Callista, being able to play through them. Not that they had to shoot the ball every time, but they were the decision makers of being able to go inside, because when we did go inside, Callista typically found players or was isolated one-on-one. When we had ball movement played out of just a little quick hitter, we were able to get open shots. And I thought down the stretch, we started to stand around a lot, and we just didn't have the same level of movement that we needed to down the stretch.
Coach, you guys did outplay them in pretty much every facet of the game, but you talked about offensive rebounds. That was the one area you guys did get outplayed pretty drastically. Going forward, what can you do to fix that? Is that an issue with boxing out, or just pure length? Or?
Well, that's been the dagger for us, is offensive rebounding, and you know, we've gone smaller. With Yassine, we've gone to a 4-guard lineup, and so you're looking at being undersized, and Callista herself is undersized at 6'1", with the athletes and the size and the physicality that they are playing against on a daily basis. But we need to do a better job, and it's a conscious effort, and we do it live in practice with our practice guys, of, you know, putting a body on someone. It's not enough just to be able, we can't jump with these teams. We have to be able to move them back and rebound the basketball. When we did, I thought we were able to create transition opportunities and not allowing them to get their defense set. But it's definitely an emphasis all year long. And now that you're in the ACC, we just seem to be undersized so much that we just need to do a better job.
Also, Coach, throughout the course of the game, you guys did limit their 2 leading scorers for the most part. Is that something you can kind of live with, letting a team's 3rd or 4th best player beat you guys instead of having the team's top players do their damage?
I mean, you don't want anyone to go off and have a career night against you. But, you know, obviously coming in the game plan was to key on Imani Wright and Shakayla Thomas. I mean, those were 2 that we needed to be aware of. But, you know, I've seen Shatrice White be very effective on the block, and I thought, you know, we contained her. And, you know, A.J. Alex just, I mean, she had a tremendous day. I mean, she hit timely shot after timely shot. I mean, they only had 2 players that scored in the first half, and it was Shakayla Thomas and A.J. Alex. So, you know, I mean, I'm pleased with our defense. This is a team that averages 80-some points a game, and, you know, they ended up having 66, but we ended up having to foul down the stretch to get them to 66 when they made their free throws.
You guys shot very well from 3-point range today, 48%. What do you think was leading to that? Just do you think they were just letting you guys shoot those, or what was going so right for that today?
Well, at practice all week, we kind of focused on not shooting as many, but taking good ones. Because the last couple games we've kind of been living or dying from the 3. So there was a focus on getting the ball in, kicking it out, like passing it around to get a good shot, not just jacking it up as soon as you get it.
Yeah, like Jazz said, I think the inside-out game kind of helped us get a lot more good open shots outside on the 3.
Headed into a bye week, what are kind of the points of emphasis this week for you guys heading into Boston College?
Continue to work hard, working on moving the ball, our defense, getting shots up, just all around improving.
Yeah, you guys came out, you looked very prepared, very organized early on, throughout most of the game. Would you credit that? Did you guys have a very good week of practice just coming into this game? Did you notice anything exceptional?
I feel like we had some confidence coming off that win at Clemson. So I think we just continue to practice hard and just like make sure we emphasize just, you know, working on how they'll play us defensively and just like getting those open shots and taking the right shots.
I think I have one more question just laid out. I can't remember what it was. So you guys, in the end, you pretty much outplayed them in almost every aspect of the game. But if you had to boil this loss down to just one thing, what would you say? What would you say was the reason?
I would say close to the end of the game, they capitalized on our turnovers or our missed shots. And I guess, just like Elena said earlier, Coach in the locker room just said how we have to work on finishing games and making good decisions at the end of the game so they don't have the chance to capitalize. Or if they do, we have something to get back to them. Yeah.